guys? I am Mr. Brass, and today I figured I would talk about how I came to Red Pill religion. It may actually come to a surprise to you guys, but I was actually a fan of a lot of atheist content creators like TJ Kirk and Atheism is Unstoppable. I've been more or less a strong agnostic for a while, and I began questioning atheism after watching AronRa in his Theism is Not Rational video. I realized the whole atheist definition of faith was garbage, and from then I became more skeptical of atheist claims and began finding questionable history and bad arguments the further I dug. I began looking up the history of atheism and eventually came across medieval literaturist Tim O'Neill and his work History for Atheists. I contacted him and asked him for sources for atheist bad history, and he recommended me Borden Painter's Atheist Denial of History and an interview Max did with Borden when the channel was just Escaping Atheism. I originally thought Escaping Atheism was just a meh Christian channel. I thought it did some decent videos, and I agreed about how some atheists online were bad and pushed bad information, but I didn't think much of it. My journey to becoming part of the team was gradual. After watching some more videos, I said, hell, might as well subscribe, and I eventually found out that there was a Facebook, and I figured, hey, I might be able to meet people and discuss my views, and so I joined and found the group, and for the most part, to be welcoming, and I did some character reviews, memes, debunkings, etc. Eventually, I became an active member of it, and joined videos. Now, with all the drama that has been happening with the group, I figure I'll say this again. I've made it clear where my position is on Max's rants. My problem with Max's rants isn't really that he rants, but the fact he doesn't let an issue die, and he overextends it. I will say I'm not planning on doing another video on the people most hostile to the group anytime in the future, and I'm no longer joining in the chats on the Non Sequitur show because one of the people in there is a mod, and I want to avoid drama. The only reason I made the video on one of them in the first place is that I had the video planned out in advance, and the work was already more than halfway done. I'm perfectly willing to pretend that the people are dead and not interact with them at all. If they are willing to do the same thing, that would be nice. The whole thing that has bothered me is the fact I've been lumped in with the things Max said, despite the fact that it's been well documented that I don't approve of a lot of things Max said, and I have called him out on it, and I've been accused of wanting to exterminate atheism, despite the fact that I am a deist, and so I have no doctrine that tells me that I have to care about saving atheists. I'm friends with numerous atheists, and in fact my philosophical positions video was made in part by one of my atheist friends. For some questionable things I have said in the past, I have apologized for those I felt I hurt, and I am trying to work on bettering my professionalism. I'm more of an individualist in the way I go about interacting with people, and I hate the whole collective thinking that has been going on. That's why I don't like being called the deist, because it makes me feel like I'm being reduced down to my position. I want to start conversations and get to know people, but I can't do that with this guilt by association stupidity going on. If someone doesn't like me and doesn't want to be associated with me, that is fine, but I'd prefer that rejection to be over stuff I actually did and not who I happen to be friends with, or at least over something I actually advocated. If they have a problem with Max or other members of RPR, they can take it up with them. Lumping me, aka a guy who has been going after both sides and has called out bad behavior from both sides, just because of the actions of one of the friends I'm with, is a form of primitive tribalism. If you're going to reject me, at least have the decency to say it's because I'm a bad person or whatever. I'd like to bring up an incident on the Red Pill Religion Discord. You see, some guys screenshotted a conversation between me and other RPR members when we were just ribbing or making fun of atheists. I in fact ribbed on myself and other members in the chat. A lot of our jokes were sexually explicit and vulgar, and I ended up apologizing to the people I actually did feel I hurt, and the ones I didn't really like to begin with, I didn't care if I hurt their feelings. With that out of the way, let's go onto the next subject, aka what is my role on the Red Pill Religion team. Now, contrary to popular opinion, I'm not just Max's crony and obey his every whim and support everything he does like a glorified yes man. Me being a part of the Red Pill Religion team means that I and others take three statements to be true. One, that religion is natural and an overall good thing. 2. That challenging the skeptic community by debunking bad history, philosophy, etc. is beneficial. And 3. Welcoming non-hostile people of all beliefs and non-beliefs is beneficial to the group. Now, how we in the group express these statements and go about doing it can be radically different, and as such we do critique each other. I've called out Max multiple times on his behavior, and I've been called out by other members on my information, which I welcome. We've created a pretty welcoming community, and my friend Derek the Gay Atheist would agree with me. How do I express these statements myself? Well, I make videos critiquing atheists and bad information they spew. I encourage dialogue between atheist and theist on a variety of subjects, and I try to encourage learning on matters of history and philosophy. Do I think what I do will isolate myself from anti-theists and atheists online along with some Christians? Yes, but truthfully it's not like I expected all of them to be my friends after I criticized them, as people generally don't like criticism. Overall, if what I say encourages people to take religion and education more seriously, I'll consider that a win, and if everyone else can't accept that, then I don't need to be friends with them. That is all for today. This is Mr. Brass saying goodbye and get wise.